Greetings, programs, and welcome back to A Link to the Past. So, right off the bat, first thing I want to show off that they did in this version of the game that is so great. As you can see, I lit the torches, and the door opened. I leave, I come back, it's still lit, and door is still open. The original version of the game did not do that. And also, here we have the second version of the Stalfos, the green ones that actively go after you and try to stomp you. Again, because I've done these dungeons so much, I might kind of end up autopiloting and flying through them a bit. Here we have the what the original game called a masked mimic, but is very clearly a shy guy. Easy enough to deal with, just draw a whirling blade and get behind him, keeping him facing away from you. I also really appreciate just how much faster the text is in this game. The original had some abysmally slow text going on. Well, this one, it's just really, really nice and snappy to get through. Also, yeah, this room is actually better if you do not hit that switch, because you go up here, take care of these guys, and the key drops over there, which means you have to go run back around to actually get it, which is substantially faster if you don't hit that first switch. Also, you can walk on top of these and actually jump between them. That is going to be something you need to know for later in the game. But it's also just kind of fun to mess around with it early in the game. You come in here, push these together to unlock the door. Okay. Yeah, these spark enemies, absolutely annoying. They are actually part of the reason you want to finish the trading side quest. It is completing the quest in and of itself is mandatory for beating the game. And you will actually need to be at certain parts of it in order to progress through the story. So it actually kind of follows you throughout the game. But there's also a couple side things you can do once you finish it. And yeah, these guys are part of the reason you want to do it. Anyway, let's go through the turntable wall and fight the mini-boss, the Hinox. Also just called the Cyclops, but just to be proper and Zelda-y, this is a Hinox. Who is a lot harder than the original version, actually, because while, yes, the original version did, run at you and stuff here and there, he did not do it nearly as much as this version does. They really made that guy more aggro in this version. And a new thing that we first meet here, that is the vacuum enemy. Pretty sure it's just called a vacuum. But as you might expect, it just tries to suck you in, and if it gets you, it will actually spit you back out at the beginning of the dungeon, which is incredibly annoying, as you would expect. Go up here, grab 20 rupees. And, something special in this room, I'm just gonna deal with it, and then I will describe it. But, we actually have boobs in this room, and I missed horribly. They will either die within... Okay, never mind. That is different. So, okay, in the old version of the game, when you lit both of these, they would just die. Whereas if you lit one of them, they would start flying away and you could run over and hit them with your sword. Apparently in this version, they just go away. You can also attack them with your sword, though. That's actually what I did on my main playthrough. That's why I'm a little shocked that they just went away there instead of actually poofing. But as you saw, we got the power bracelet, so now we can run around and pick stuff up and throw it. Which, again, massive point for this version of the game over the original. The original, in order to pick stuff up, you had to pause, switch to the power bracelet, use it, switch away because you were clearly done with it at that point. Whereas here, you can, all you have to do is just hit the A button. You don't actually have to switch anything, and it is so nice. In here, we have the puzzle to get the dungeon master, the key for the nightmare. You want to actually kill that rabbit first, called a Pole's Voice. Then go after the keys, and finally, the Stalfos there, who was throwing stuff at us. And killing them in that order is what gets you the chest. There is a owl statue that straight up just tells you that's the order in here. But, I know what to do, so I don't need it. Really quickly, though, I will show, we have piranha plants. And I needed a heart, and I knew there were some Goombas down here. But yeah, even more Mario enemies in this game. As well as you've been seeing, when you throw pots at other pots, they both break. That is also new to this version. All the other versions, when a pot would hit another pot, only the one you threw would break. The stationary one would be unchanged. Come here. There we go. So again, just a lot of little changes in this game that just smooth things out and speed them up. Also, just to touch on it really quick while we're here, this art style has been, like, really, really divisive, I guess, to the community. And I don't know, I'm kind of in the middle. I understand the complaint about, you know, another, you know, craft, or in this case, diorama looking game. But at the same time, with how many Mario enemies are in this game, you're actually going to see Kirby later on. There's like evil Kirbys in this game. It kind of makes sense for everything to look the way it does. Because I just don't see these all these different things blending together without a really simplified style. But anyway, here we are already at the boss's lair. As you can see, I skipped out on getting a couple things excuse me, in this temple, but whatever. Now, when I was a kid playing this game for the first time, this guy was actually the hands-down hardest boss that I had to deal with. Because, this attack right here is a little more relentless on the Game Boy version, as well as things are more cramped. Also, I love how in this version he mentions the walls look stronger than my sword. Because that way, in case you didn't catch on already, throw the bottle at the wall. But yeah, this attack was so much more relentless, as well as he was relatively a lot bigger in the room. I cannot even tell you how many times I died fighting this guy back in the day. And here we make him hopping mad, and we go into the second phase of the fight. Which I'm sure there is a way to know which one's the real one. I think there's like a little... Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a little bit of purple under them. Wait, no, they both have that. Never mind. Also, yeah, that fireball he's throwing there will actually follow you. Whereas in the original, he just threw one. Like, you know, it didn't trail you or anything. It just followed. It just, you know, flew forward and that was it. But here we have finally taken him down. We get our piece of heart. Or heart container. And we get the next instrument. So, I will see you guys in the next episode.